From the bowels of One Half Radio Plaza at Life Media Studios.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to Real Country Radio.
Congratulations, Detroit. You can be thoroughly ashamed of yourself. The homicide tool has reached a nice even 750. Details on the latest leveling from Police Sergeant.
Coming up now, we're going to start off the set with...
In the morning.
Bucket-Bloods Tigers could use this guy's talent.
Have you had time to get ready?
I don't waste any time getting ready. I stay ready.
Good evening, everybody. We got a full screen for what probably is going to be the last sidetracked for 2024 because we're just going to be out of days to do one again. We may sneak a show in before Midwest Winternationals starts because, let's face it, 3 weeks from right now, we're going to be in the session too and rocking and rolling in Cloverdale. So we wanted to do for sure one last show if we could to get any last-minute relevant details out to everybody. And so the crew's here, and we got at least one more coming. Mr. Joe Hurd will probably jump in here shortly. But how's everybody doing?
Good.
Fantastic.
That 3 week thing snuck up on us there Saturday night, Charles, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Yeah, we're standing there having a conversation about it, and the realization hits like, oh.
Yeah.
Yep, it did. We did talk about some stuff last week. We'll just get right down to it. The one change that was a maybe Thursday night by Friday morning had become a yes, it sounds like, with the 12,000 class going down to 11. I reckon everybody who's in that class already knows that.
Oh yeah, we sent a broad email out to all of them, and they all responded. The lighter was going to be a good thing this year, and cleaned up all the turbo rules. Got a lot of great input from all the guys in the class, and I think we got it right now. And a lot of guys are interested. We was also informed by a couple nice guys in Ohio and Eastern Indiana that Darke County is going to have a class similar to this. We're going to go to a little bit bigger turbo, but we'll figure that all out next winter. So I think the farmer stock class is going in a great direction.
Good deal. Yeah, it was a kind of a busy end of last week. You know, NTPA had their rule changes out on Thursday. PPL did theirs on Friday and then promptly took it back. And I think Monday it got reposted again. I didn't see if anything changed between those two postings, but it's out there now.
Yeah, I heard turbochargers changed again last night. It's a moving number right now.
Okay.
But for everybody that's
assume for us though, we've got a flag planted where we're going to be because we're just out of time.
Yeah, we're just going to go off 2024 rules, and you know the turbo was legal for the organization in 2024. It's legal for our deal, and our tech guys all know it. I talked to a couple turbocharger manufacturers today, and they don't like the result, but they're going to work with it. And 2025 is going to be the year of the boat props. Be a lot of them.
Well, it is what it is. I mean,
yep.
Everybody. Well, anything else that we had to class-wise that was going to be a last-second change? I don't think so. I think that was about it. I think we're pretty well locked now.
Yeah, we're locked in. Everything's good. We sent out over 350 puller packets today, and they should be hitting we wanted to get them out by the 20th. That way they got a week to end up in you guys' mailboxes. They got your hauler pass for the day you pull. There'll be communication during the week of the event with some emails, broadcast emails to you to let you know, if we can hold a few more haulers, you'll get that email and you'll be specifically told when you can come in. So with our website and the way Ryan's got it designed, it's really easy to communicate with all the pullers. So this should be pretty easy in communication. I was over at the building yesterday, met with the guys a little bit. I went through a run through of the way the inside's going to be planned. I sent them Joe's schematic. Looks really good. So I think we're ready to ready to do it.
Yep, I think I never was in Cloverdale before when NTPA was there. When you guys did anything in the past, so I don't really know how it looked for those shows. But Joe did send that over to me this morning too, so I could see it. And I mean, I think it's going to work great. It's a little different than what we had at Ship, but not drastically so. I think everybody's going to be happy with that part of it.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of room behind one set of bleachers for the vendors and an area for picnic tables. You can sit down and eat and visit, and yeah, there's a lot of room in this building. People don't realize how big it is. So yeah, it's going to work out really good. The bleachers on both sides, VIP boxes. We got most of them sold. We got a few left on starting line on the non-smoke tube side. So if a group still want one, they can reach out to me. But yeah, it's gonna fill up pretty nicely.
I presume vendors are going to be mostly kind of the same what we're used to seeing there.
Yeah, we got a few new ones coming this year. We never have had. A couple of people reached out today wanting to be a vendor, and I told them quicker the better because we need to get that planned out between Christmas and New Year's before we get over there. That way we know exactly where to put the trailers and the T-shirts and the guys that build the parts, the pullers buy, put them kind of in an area. So yeah, their area there is going to be really nice. It's nice and concrete. It's very warm in that building. It should be because whenever you're in that area where they have the vendor area, there's no doors open and shut. There's no wind. It's really nice right there. So it'll work out really good.
Yeah, that might be the one piece I'm looking forward to the most is not freezing my nuggets off every time that door's got to go up.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, that part's going to work out good.
Yeah.
Last week we didn't really get into it. I guess now is the time to
Absolutely
discuss the charity aspect of the program. It's a lot of pulls do it, but I don't think necessarily that any of them maybe talk about it or take it to quite the level that Midwest Winternationals has developed a reputation for doing. And this year, anybody who goes to a grocery store knows that food is expensive now, and there's a lot of kids out there who don't have enough to eat. So Feed the Children is who we're going to go with, and hopefully it's everything we can do does some good right there in Indiana kitchens for kids who need it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're all really blessed from where we come from, but there's a lot of little kids out there, not necessarily in the urban environments, but also in the rural environments. It just times are tough, and moms and dads are trying their best, and anything we can do to help out is what we're here to do.
Yep. The raffle tractor, we've said what it is. It's the life changer of the Zankerts, and Justin's still working feverishly on it. I haven't seen it yet, so he doesn't have one of them finished. There will be the raffle one, and there will be some others of it made, but I don't know. I guess I don't want to say how many he's exactly doing because I don't know if he's got them all spoken for or not. So Justin can address that when he has it done and ready to show everybody. But this is a tractor from last year with Dad Fred running it at Ship. I went down and saw him about a month ago now to photograph the tractor for Justin on any details that he was going to need to know to be able to build a model of it. And other than the drive fast, take chances bumper sticker that's now on the fuel tank on the front of this thing, it looks exactly like that, unchanged. That's for what he's going to do. And something I've seen this tractor, the Zankerts Polo tractor for several years. I didn't know this until I went to go visit him a month ago about the throttle setup on that machine. Everybody has the typical handle. You move with your whole hand. You move your whole arm with it. That one does not. Trevor had a bone missing in his shoulder, part of the cancer treatments and things like that, and he couldn't make that motion with his hand to swing the throttle. So what it has in there, and I made sure to get pictures of this for Justin to build into the detail. There's a bar that he could set his forearm on, and then a post sticking up with a BMX grip on it, and then what looks exactly like a bike brake. But it's not a brake. That is the throttle. The handle doesn't move. Just that little handle with your fingers does. And he taught himself to drive it that way. And Fred even said, he's like, I'm so used to it now, I don't want to change it back. I'm going to leave it.
That's neat.
Yep. I never caught that. And all the times I'd seen it, I didn't pick up on that part of it. So that'll be a nice thing for everybody. I don't know what else. I haven't heard, if we've got any live auction stuff to do. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sure there'll be all kinds of things donated here between Christmas and New Year's. We were going to maybe, I think talk to the guys at Store Lock Toolboxes. I saw them last week at the ITPA banquet. Didn't get to spend a lot of time with them. We had a lot of other things going, but yeah, there's a lot of people reached out with different things, offering. So we'll get a nice list of that put together, and
Cool.
it'll be really fun. And I think Chuck is donating a toy as well.
Oh, okay.
I think it's the yellow tractor of Jason Ron's from Iowa. The yellow Pro Stock. That used to be Mark Lawyer. Jason's got. I think Chuck built one of them, and he's going to offer that one too in the raffle. So a couple of really nice toys.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Industrial Force.
Yeah. I just trying to think of that name for the whole time, but yeah.
Yeah, I got curious. Actually, I swung over to his page and see if he put anything up about it, but he might be keeping that on his. Well, there you can see it. He did do it, but the comment doesn't necessarily say that he's going to donate to it. But yeah, it looks nice. Nice machine.
Yeah. Those guys would do amazing work on those toys.
Yeah, I didn't realize just how sophisticated, particularly Justin has gotten. I think Chuck has as well. CAD drawing the thing and 3D printing so much stuff.
And the amount, was it last year? I think we talked to him about the details of what he can do and, what some of the 3D printers, how, I don't know if you want to say precise that they are compared to what they used to be.
They're better, but there's still a tolerance to them. They're not perfect.
Just tell them to use a 5-axis CNC machine and get a block of plastic and CNC it out.
Yeah, at this point, you might as well just do a billet model. Why not?
Right, yeah. Probably cost the same in machine hours, right?
Probably would. His toy making shop is nicer than some actual machine shops.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Cool what he can do. Ordinarily, we try to get him on the show, but it always seems like he's putting kids to bed.
Yeah.
He gets really good at these little modifieds. They got them little motors now you can put together and they actually run. Stick them in there, then it actually would run and make noise.
Yeah, as we were talking earlier, like right now you got to make your own.
Yep.
Yep, that'd be neat.
But yeah, I think this charity's going to work out really good for the area we're in, and encourage everybody to get online and get your tickets ordered for the toy. And then Justin will actually be there this year, and he'll be there the whole weekend, doing a good job promoting the toy and talking about it. And we'll drag him out on the track several times with it and have him explain all the hours it takes to build something like that, because it's amazing what he does.
It's been a few years since he's been there, if I remember right.
Yeah, we got a long way away from him, and he's got a lot of little kids, so
yeah,
he'll be there this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, he said it's taking him a little longer than he's used to, just because it is so different than anything he's ever done before. But I know he'll get it, and it'll be sweet when it's done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. He said he likes the challenge.
Yeah, I can imagine if you're building several all the same style and same size. I mean, something a little bit different and make your brain think a little harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Any of you other guys, Shane, I know you were there. Richard, you went to PRI. Anybody else get down there?
I think that's it. It was just us three. Clint, did you get a chance to go?
No, I was over here messing around with a map of a parking lot. 2 weeks I've been messing with it.
Did you count your steps when you did the walk in the parking lot too?
It is a very precise configuration of suggestions is what we've come up with. I sit down last night and every puller packet has got a map, and I drew a black circle with a black magic marker and then pointed an arrow. This is where your hauler should fit. Now, I didn't put my hand on the Bible, but I hope it fits there. And if we have good frozen ground, we can kind of edge out here, because some of the guys' haulers are so long, they really don't fit perfect anywhere, you know. And we experienced that out at Gordyville and up Shipshawana too. Some of them, so you get into some of the 85 to 100 footers, they just don't fit everywhere. And so we had to make some appropriations. And whenever Ryan added that hauler length in our program for entering, it really helped. And he sent me spreadsheet after spreadsheet, and we sorted them by session, sorted them by size, and we got a good guesstimate to get us started. And as long as we get started parking Wednesday nice and orderly, and there'll be a bunch of us out there helping the guys to get their Wednesday get parked, should work out pretty good. Now, everybody's going to have a pass, you know, for the session that they pull in. But we also, like I said, we might be able to hold a few more, and you'll get emails in advance that says, yep, we can accept you, you know, starting at X amount of time on Wednesday and a certain time on Thursday. But we have all that on spreadsheets, and Ryan or myself can send out a broad email and says, yep, you know, if you're in the stands, you want to move your hauler in, it's over at the truck stop or it's at your hotel, you want to move it in, we can move it in. And we'll have a bunch of them around the building on Wednesday. We'll have everything you're going to see Thursday and maybe some of Friday sitting around that building on Wednesday night.
Yeah. I'd heard there might even be a possibility too, like your hauler might not be able to stay, but if you're there early enough Wednesday, you might be able to unload, get stuck inside, thaw your equipment out. You just won't be able to keep the hauler in there until your prescribed day.
Absolutely. And some guys that live around there, so they're going to unload and just take the rig home and hopefully make the finals. And if they don't, they'll come back and get it, because there's a lot of pullers that live within 2 hours of that facility. And we're happy to have them all. Mile per hour guys, farm stock guys, a lot of the hot farm guys, all the pro stock full guy trucks that Isaac's got lined up for us. They're all local guys that are willing to come in and be a part of our show, and we appreciate all of them.
That's awesome. That does work out when you're where the people are.
Exactly.
Now we just pray for good weather, and anybody who's double entered at Lexington, that they get through that and can make it to our show the next week.
Yeah, Lexington already had one casualty today. Sean Knopp and the Prohibition tractor will not be making it to Lexington.
Part of it. Again, I get so sick of saying that, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any light pros, if you guys want to sign up to? I know we've contacted a lot of you.
Yeah, just contact me directly, and you don't have to pay none of the late fees. We'll waive all those, and we'll be in the office pretty much all day tomorrow. We're going to get all of our vendor packets out tomorrow and get those going to the vendors. They got to have parking passes and hauler passes too. And we have a special area where all their trailers go up on the hill. Everybody who is pulling will get parking passes, and that allows you to park your vehicle up on the hill close to the building. So those are valuable passes. You don't have to park in the other lots and have to ride the bus. You can park right real close. And talked to the parking guy yesterday, and the Lions Club seems like a super, super good guy. Ate lunch with him, and we'll be ready to go. And we're going to help him all we can on Wednesday till he kind of gets the gist of it. Then come on in and get parked watch a good tractor pull, because even though we're kind of down on some numbers, we're still going to be 85 to 100 hooks every session, and that's a lot of pulling.
That's an
in
awful
January.
Yeah.
Yep. Super Bowl single charger.
Yeah,
We got them.
Yeah.
Don't forget about your 6250 light limited super challenge too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
$1,000 to the winner, jackpot style, on Saturday night. And anybody else wants to get in on it, I ain't gonna argue with you. It's all gonna go to whoever pulls it off.
6250 only though.
6250 only, and yeah, I'm gonna on the podium. I'm gonna hand the winner a stack of cash.
That's awesome, Charles. We can't thank you enough for that. That gets these guys trying a little harder.
That's what I want. I want to see guys gunning for it.
Or they cheat a little better. No, I'm kidding.
And that's where some of the other people on this screen come into play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that depends on how much they want to give us to make that work out.
Yeah.
Richard and I talked a little off and on about it every day, and I think we have more tech officials, SFI tech officials this year than we've ever had. I think we're up to 7 or 8, guys. So there'll be 4 or 5 teching crews working all day. When we get done with the morning stuff, they go right into the evening stuff. So, and it'll be nice because we're all in one big building. We won't have to chase anybody around anymore. We can just make announcements to go to your tractor. You're getting teched right now.
Yeah.
I tell you what I'll do, Esden. I don't know if we've got fines for being caught cheating on anything in Midwest Winternationals, but if it's sufficiently egregious, and we do, I might pay your fine for you for thinking, I'm proud of you for trying that.
Yeah. Wait, well, so if I get caught cheating, you're gonna pay my fine from
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying.
All right, Clint, slotted charger and a super farm. Get ready.
That's not
There
egregious.
you go.
You got to do something a little more obnoxious.
I'm trying to. My camera keeps panning off because my family members are right behind that door right over there, and they keep peeking in here to screw with me, and their TV is right here on the other side of the wall. They are listening to everything I'm saying while I'm doing things.
The door's going to
be. I'd probably screw with you too on a live stream.
Oh, they've been trying, and every time I open, as soon as I either mute real quick, because I know they're opening the door to say something, or they're coming in here to do something to me, so I turn the camera off.
I was just going to say they're gonna open the door and tell you exactly what you need to do.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know if all you guys know this, but as in Bartling, I think it's only about another 4 hours. He drinks underage, and after tonight, it's no more. He's legal. He's 21 tomorrow.
Yeah, by midnight. We're pre-gaming. Don't get me wrong. But
he just started practicing today. The first beer he's ever had.
I was going to say, no, that's the longest pre-game streak I think I've ever seen of somebody.
No shame in that. I turned 21 by myself. I went to Farm Show. I had a buddy who was supposed to come with me, and he had classes, so he didn't come. And I turned 21 on Thursday at Farm Show. I stayed up and went to the Kroger at 12:01 and bought beer.
That's fantastic.
That's what I was thinking about. I was like midnight, 1 o'clock, or like 12:01. I was like, oh, maybe venture up to the gas station or something, but everything's closed by 11, so I'll wait till the morning.
Yeah, it's the after effects of COVID, man. Nothing's open after 11 anymore.
I remember the first time I tried to buy after I turned 21. Shoot, they didn't even card me, and I kind of felt, what's the point of this now?
Yeah, there's been places I've been getting away with. The facial hair. This is the real kicker. This bald head right here. Yeah, got that from Dan Bartling. That's.
Rogaine is going to be in your stocking stuffers this year.
Yeah, they were trying to get me like this. A couple buddies were trying to buy like chia pets, and they were going to do that to me. They were like, yeah, we're going to see if it grows. Yeah. Real. Yeah.
One thing we need to think about in the future is what Smoking Promotions Midwest International stocking caps. I think that would be a big seller. We need to get with Dion on that.
I think that would work, especially at the show. You sell them as fast as you can make them.
Oh yeah, I think that'd be a big hit.
I had a good idea for Clint for trophies that I think would draw in at least the mini rod guys. I was like, you need to go to Walmart and buy those little igloo coolers or whatever, the little red and white stereotype coolers. I said wrap them with Midwest Winternationals class winner, and then you give those, and you got your trophy still, but then you give those little coolers. Beer sales through the roof. I mean, it's the best decision.
It seemed to work for Storelock with their cart. So
I didn't ask him. He was at our banquet there on Saturday when I was with Ez, and I didn't ask him if they had staffed up on those carts for 2025 because I don't think that thing lasted a session last year, and somebody bought it.
So probably right.
Didn't Jasper's buy it?
Probably.
Yeah, they had it for a while.
Yeah.
They bought the gray one. I forget who bought the orange one the first year.
Well, we did talk yesterday. I talked to the building owner and then the manager, Steve, yesterday quite a bit. And we told them where the beer was going to be. So everybody's been asking, am I going to have to walk clear over to the one beer garden this year? I was like, no, there's beers on both sides. And I told them, I said, you can't sell as much as you want to if they're standing in line. So they were informed yesterday, and then they get it, and they're smiling and excited to be ready. We will have Budweiser products at least, and I told them, because they do mainly horse shows. I said, if you want to bring some Miller Lite Coors Light Inks, I know that's kind of the cowboy beer. There might be some guys who drink that as well.
I'm still a firm believer you should rent the cart out the first night, and that goes into the kitty for the child for the tractor type of thing. Goes into the kitty for the donations, and then the next night it's game on.
I kind of like that idea.
Yeah,
I like that idea.
I had a guy the other night. He's a man of means. He said next year, if there's any cheap hot farms, he's thinking about buying it and writing it off on his taxes, get it ready to run, and then sell $1,000 tickets on it. And if he goes, if I could sell 50 on it or 60 on it, he goes, we'll pull the winning number there on Friday afternoon. You win it. If you want to drive it that night, you can. If you want to hire somebody to drive it, you can. Or, you take it home with you. And I was like, wow. And he was really serious about it. And he's a pretty prominent puller and engine builder. He's like, I'd do that for you, Tucker. And he goes, so keep your eye out next summer for a bargain. He goes, it may not win, but he goes, wouldn't it be something you come to a pull and you throw in $1,000 for a ticket and you end up with a hot farm tractor you take home to explain to your wife what you had done over the weekend.
I kind of like that idea. I mean, the guys down at Tunica, Mississippi have been giving away an antique puller every year for close to 10 years now, and they've built it up to the point now where they're starting to get some tractors that they're giving away that are pretty legit.
And if
they're not show tractors.
If you are a trailer manufacturer or a salesman, you should probably sponsor the event so they can buy the trailer for the tractor they just want to take home.
There you go.
Now you're thinking. Hello, Mr.
We
Joe.
made it. We had to go to Walmart and Verizon. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Hi, Joe.
Hi.
Didn't anybody tell you you're supposed to go to Walmart 10 o'clock in the morning when there's the fewest amount of people there?
No, we have a lot of retards that live around us. We go all the time. It's never ending. Right, Esden? Neighbors of the West.
Yes.
Yeah, every time you think you can outsmart the crowd at Walmart, you fail miserably.
Nope, it just gets way more stunning every time.
Oh, It's like the TikToks that have the things that we see at the things we see at Walmart. Those are interesting. It's like they've been.
I was there this morning because our Christmas lights had a disaster last weekend. Some squirrels decided they didn't like them, so I rearmed Faith, and we are back running again tonight. We're looking good. Walmart's Christmas
Griswold would be proud of your house.
Yep, we're pretty Griswoldy right now. We're pretty happy.
I put up more Christmas lights this year than I ever have.
I can picture Tucker in the front yard with a sign that says "Shitter's full" in the Christmas.
That's funny.
I do have a 20-foot snowman in my backyard.
We've got a 15-foot tall Grinch in the front yard.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and a snowman. That's the extent of ours. And a shit ton of LED icicle lights.
Yep. The kids
when you got so much lights up, you need a tachometer for your electric meters.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like the electric company has to come out and install grease zerts in ours. In case it's going to lock up.
As long as the kids on the school bus are happy, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's right.
Looking good.
They've gone to limiting his power usage for certain hours of the day, so it's not peak hours.
It's kind of like California rationing water like a bunch of douche wrinkles that they are.
Well, they got the opposite problem the last 2 years. They've been getting so much rain, they don't know where to put it all now.
Well, I know. The lake that hadn't been there in 30 years reappeared. What are we going to do? Farm it? Put rice on it, dummies.
Yep.
Well, Joe, we hit before you got on here about the indoor plan for the facility. Do you want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah,
let the folks know kind of what they're going to experience.
I think coming in the building, you're going to see a little something different than we've had at a lot of different. It'll all be generally the same, but there's just a lot more room to park vehicles in there. So it'd be really nice if we had the parking lot represented what was on the inside. You know, we could accommodate more, but it's going to be more breathing room. You know, years at Gordyville, we always had to preach and beg everybody to really condense their shop supplies that they brought to the pool. You know, still that kind of stays in place because as we move you around the building, it's no different. But you won't have to move as far. You'll move across the alleyway, kind of the way I designed it, to where we don't have to go from. There'll be a couple that have to move from one side of the building to the other, but there's a lot. That's a lot more to a minimum anyway. So
sure.
It's but we've got breathing room, and that makes it really nice. So it'll make it, you know, for whatever woes we go through with the parking lot, as long as everybody pays attention to what Clint says with that, it'll be really nice on the inside. So places to congregate.
Right. And like I said, I sent all those out. Like I said, well, I'll go put that map out. And there's a small horse stall barn just to the east, and I put the mile per hour guys, mini rod guys, and classic mod guys in that lot, so they're not even involved with the main lot with all the big huge toters and haulers and all that stuff. And I stepped it off yesterday, and actually it's closer if you're down there and more breathing room down there than if you was in the front lot at Shipshawana. So they're actually closer, even though, and as far as footage, and there's a little path that you can go out the back door, and there's a little bridge you can run back and forth to your toter or your hauler. So for the mini rods, classic mods, and the mile per hour guys, and if there's room over there, we can put other stuff as we go over there. It's a little tight getting out, but if you've ever put a semi in a 50-foot hopper bottom on a 20-foot culvert, you can do it. You can get out.
Oh yeah,
we're all farmers. We've all done it.
Joe, I was thinking the other day, Joe, do you want me to bring my electric scooter so you don't have to walk as much?
No, look at me. I need all the exercise I need. Don't take away from my weight losing capabilities at this show. Yeah, there is there'll be a lot of walking, but there's just a lot more room in there, so it's good. It's just going to be one way in, one way out. So hopefully, we'll have a strong northeast wind.
One question I got yesterday from some of the guys was, you're kind of in the drone business. Is there any way we could maybe get a drone that we could put up, sometime Thursday or Friday, and just take a picture of all the haulers sitting in there at once? I think that'd be kind of a neat. We did that once at Gordyville. Just a kid that pulls with me out west did that, and me and Joe looked at that picture for hours, just amazed how many we got shoved in there.
They always said 1,000. You could get a 1,000 words out of a picture. I mean, that one was one of them because it was just so. You just never seen it from that perspective ever before. It was neat.
Yeah.
We just don't need no weather reports.
Yeah. The weather reports were not the best.
Yeah. It was funny, but it was very, very
detrimental. Detrimental for that environment for that day.
People. We seen the weather report. It was bad. It really ain't that bad.
Yeah. We got trees there. There's no wind.
Yeah, we can do that.
We drove all the parking lots yesterday, and even as warm as it was yesterday, it's a little slimy, but we're praying for a nice forecast to firm the parking lots up. That way the spectators can park there nice and comfortable. Buses will pick you up, bring you to the front door. It should be just like clockwork, just like they did during the NTPA show. Same people involved.
Yeah.
Hey, Clint.
Go ahead.
Isn't Clay? Didn't you ask Clay to bring his drone to do something like that?
I think he was going to do goofy stuff indoors and outdoors.
Okay. Well, I just sent him a message, and
sure.
So I'll make sure.
Cornflakes.
Just an FYI, make sure he's a Part 107 remote certificate holder.
He's got all the licensing and all that. Yep.
Yeah, he worked for Syngenta. He had to get all that stuff.
Perfect. I like to hear that.
Some of the drone footage we seen down at the Dome at the stock car race was amazing. They fly that thing through the hallways, around the hallways, out in the pit area, through the haulers. This whole thing was going, and it was amazing footage what that guy was doing, and it really made you kind of get a good feel of what in the world's all going on there with that race, and it's really neat. And if we could just do a little bit of that, of course, Cole's always there with his phone, kind of giving you the idea what his life looks like in a tow tractor the entire time, shuffling tractors around, and that's always neat. Some of his warm-up box videos he's done, and it'll be just like that this year.
Sweet.
Yep.
A lot of people sitting in the stands don't realize what all goes on behind the scenes, and it's whenever the show's going on, it's chaos, but it's controlled chaos because our guys have been doing it so long.
What you could do from flying through the haulers and stuff, if the guy does it right, is you could live feed that into the live stream with Ryan. You got some downtime to kill and just fire up the drone and fly outside through the haulers. And, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He said he can do it, but he said, what days would you want or whatever, or what days do you feel like have the most haulers there and stuff?
Every day.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday will be the big days. They're all there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm amazed they managed to do that without just crashing it right into the next turn. Just
into the wall. The guys that run them things, I mean, I want one so bad, but I'm so scared I'll crash it right into the biggest power line and put everybody's power out. Because for my job, they really want us to start taking drone footages of all the research plots we do, how we put them in, how we take them out. People really get into that, and we're going to have to probably staff up and learn. I'm going to have to get some education from Clay how to do that and get something like that going for my day-to-day life.
We were trying to do that for Clint, or Clint wanted us to do that with his drone to go while he was cutting alleyways. Well, we quit doing that, and Clay and I decided to fly over to the farm, which is a mile from the plot, and where the guys were all cutting wheat. My aunt was going through in my semi, and we dive bombed her, and scared the hell out of her. And got some cool videos.
I'm sure Sarah was not panicking in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, she was not thrilled. Well, then we we got done, and Sarah came back with the eagle back here, and so we brought it over, and where the dryer and everything was, you can't hear anything, let alone that drone. And he was within probably 10 feet of her, and the wind finally got her, and she looked up, and it scared the crap out of her. She called and texted everybody. It was like, who's spying on us at the farm, and who's doing this?
That's funny.
Just wait till you fly at night and your obstacle avoidance doesn't work, and it does not sense power lines, daylight or night. So I'll leave that there.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite text messages of a drone was a PD department across from the department, and a $30,000 drone wadded up on the passenger floorboard.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
We had ours shut down one time and we couldn't find it for 3 days. We had guys out on top of the sprayers and everything. Come to find out, Fort Campbell, our military base over here, they shut it down pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have you guys ever seen the people that do the racing drone leagues and everything?
Oh yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Those are crazy.
Yep.
I feel like I would get sick with the headset they have to wear.
Nope. You get used to it. Trust me. The first time I ever flew one, I shot a gap between a combine and a grain cart unloading on the go.
Nice.
And the grain cart driver saw it come through, and he didn't even get that tractor into park. And he jumped out while it was still real. And he's like, can I get a video of that? I was like, dude, I'm not even landed yet, but I'll get it to you. So, yeah. They're fun. They're a lot of fun. So,
it looks like it.
So, those types of drones aren't ones you'd use for like an overview shot of the parking lot and stuff like that. But you could map the whole parking lot out and give measurements at exactly of everybody, down to centimeter accuracy level if you wanted to.
Wow. More things I could do, and they would ignore.
I didn't see it. I've said this for all these years we've been doing this. I said, did you not read the itinerary? I don't know. I've had something to do with it. I never did see it.
My wife opened it up.
Yeah, she opened it up. I didn't see it.
I can just imagine now. I bring the scooter, and here comes Joe riding up on the scooters, chewing somebody's ass because they parked on the wrong spot or they're 2 foot over.
Yeah. I'm down in my older age. I don't get too excited.
Yeah, most of everybody is really good to work with, and I've had more people this year is like, hey Tucker, if we need to, we'll just come in and load our stuff, bring all of our garbage in. He goes, we might just take it over to the truck stop parking anyway. That way we ain't got to worry about it. Yeah. And we're looking forward to making the finals, and maybe we take it over there. It'll be good karma for us. We're out of your way, and now we're here to get on the podium. And I love those kind of attitudes. You guys are just, talking to Jason Forrester and his crew. I mean, they're bringing. I think there's going to be more interstate truck and tractor pullers there than any group that used to support us that doesn't anymore. But there's going to be more tractors in Pennsylvania and California there than there is in Illinois, which is sad. But it is what it is.
I was going to mention that. I said it's just we're from Illinois. There's so many of us that have everything to do with this, and I mean there's a few of the 618 crew coming, but I mean there's so many tractors in the state of Illinois. I mean we don't have 141 yet, do we, from Illinois at all?
Jacob Old.
No, well Jacob had to cancel today. Can't get Pistons.
Oh,
yeah. We have none of the ITPA Pro Farms jumped on it and basically run their rules. None of them. We got a few of the 5.0s coming, and we're still waiting on maybe get one more 5.0 in there. It's just Yeah, I think they got so used to having it at Gordyville all the time, they just got kind of callous, like, I ain't going up there. It's cold. And, they just got the mentality that it isn't any fun. But, I think the competitive
it was
edge.
a lot of fun.
It's past
I
3
mean,
hours. That's
Yeah.
my limit. It's past it. I'm still going. So anybody out there that is not wanting to go, it is past my limit. I'm making it.
Yeah.
And really, even at Cloverdale, it's not, it makes it a little tougher for the Badger State guys, but they didn't wuss out. They're coming.
No.
They're coming a little south.
Badger State 4-1s are still there, and now that Jacob backed out, they're still got the challenge out there. Jacob's not going to be a part of his team, but any 4-1 group that wants to get together and put 3 4-1s together is $1,000 to beat the Badger State boys on Friday night. Get your team together. That's stuff for me and Charles and everybody and Shane and Carl to talk about.
Yep.
And we got some call outs. We got an outlaw guy who took to accept the challenge, and we got 2 Mid-South guys took the challenge. Make the finals, it's $1,000. ITPA, the challenge is still there. I mean, it's still there. Any of them gets together, make the finals, $1,000.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the.
I think the big boys in Russell got just as good a chance as anybody. Win the whole thing.
I think at 2. What year was that? Clint was at the farm show at Decatur and had 50. Was it farm show at Decatur? I don't remember. 56.
Yeah, we had 48. We had 48 4-1s. Largest 4-1 class in history.
Yep, 48 tractors. That was nuts. It's like.
And Rod Shuttle won it, and like the last 5 hooks, he won her.
Yeah.
A case from pulls with me. But that was some good pulling back then. That's when everybody was still hungry.
Yeah.
I did have one question. What's pit pass access look like? Is it restricted for this? Extra charge to get back there? What we got?
Yeah, if you want a pit pass, you come in there and you can buy them right at the door, and you sign a waiver, get your pit pass. Now they're expensive because we charge for it because we just don't want the masses back there and show us way. But if you want to be a part of that, we can't sell them in advance because you got to sign the waiver and you get the special band to be a part of that back there. But yeah, you can buy them right there. My wife has them right as soon as you walk in. If you can buy a ticket or you can buy a pit pass.
And I'll say for the fans and the spectators that's coming to the show, I think it's going to be even neater this year with having the extra room back there. Just to see so many vehicles lined up and how everything is. And there's room, but I think it's just the way it's going to be presented. When you stand on that northwest wall and you look all the way to the southwest, there's that's 600 foot of, well, minus the bathroom, but that's 600 foot of iron. That's a long ways.
Yeah. Right. Am I correct in saying that from that side grandstand, if you're in the top row, you'll be able to turn around and look right down into it, right?
You can turn around and see the whole pit. You can see everything. It's neat. That's why there's so many neat things about this place that I'm excited about, just for what we have to offer for the spectator and the fans that's coming, as well as the pullers, and everybody sitting up in the stands, and the views are going to be pretty neat. And it's going to be, we've done it before, but it was too smoky in there last time, but that's all been fixed.
There's so much
one class, not two class. Oh, it was awful. But
what about warm up area? You guys got that set up for everybody?
Yeah.
Well, above our 6-port warm up box back here.
Perfect.
Well, it'd be something similar to the way I had it set up at Ship on that south. So screwed up because that building doesn't set east or west or north or south. It's cattywampus, but I call the south side, the southeast side of that building is where the warm up tube is going to be, and then I've got room for depends how it all ends up setting up, but 13 to 15 tractors after they get warmed up to stage up by the sled before the start line. So there's ample room to get guys warmed up and kind of get them staged out there and have plenty of fluff room to keep things going in case there's a little hiccup. So there's Danny.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Danny.
Hi, Clint.
But I'm excited.
A lot of pullers have made a comment that it's going to be nice to get the tractors warm. They don't have to go back outside and then come back in, and then sit like they did at Ship, but it was so nice. Ship had all that room, but poor Joe, he was just outside kind of in the middle all the time. And now he can be in there and kind of make sure whenever you come off the track, get put back in the spot where you came from, and hopefully you make the finals. And if you make the finals, he'll tell you where you need to go, or he usually gets where you don't have to go very far. And then after the show's over, a lot of guys are asking me, so after the show's over, you guys don't stick around. So if we want to come in a little later and get unloaded, and I told them, yep, we'll stay there to an appropriate amount of time. They'll be asking us if you're going to come at 3 o'clock in the morning on Friday morning, we can unload you. No, because we got to be back at the arena at a very good time, because we have teching starts at 8:30, and Joe's got tractors to bring in that come in overnight, and I've told a lot of guys that if they come in at night, the best thing for you to do is stay on Joe's really good side, is maybe just hang at the truck stop and then come in when we're there. Because if you come in and you park somewhere you shouldn't be, or you park somewhere, not really the way we need you to park, you're going to be asked to move. And everybody's got to remember, I have all your cell phone numbers. I got every one of them. 2 clicks on my computer and I got it. So it's just best to come in nice orderly fashion, because a couple of times we showed up at Ship, in the morning, and there's haulers parked in the wrong lot. They just got out and went to their hotel. They're nowhere to be found. Well, we just can't have that here, because you're not really making us mad. You're going to make a bunch of your fellow competitors aggravated because you're in the wrong spot. So.
Not only that, if you come in there at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and there's nobody there to park you, just have, like Clint said, have a little respect for the whole situation, because there's a spot for everybody there, and it's just going to mess it up for everybody. And it's just it's the only thing that we ask. I'll be there early in the morning. I get usually very little sleep, but like Clint said, wait till a lot of you guys got my number. Just give me a holler. If it's after the show, by all means, come down there and we can unload it and get it put in there that evening. So
let it warm up overnight.
Yeah, let it warm up. It's just it's just like
every one of them's got a map where I've circled where they'll fit the best. They got a map, and if they come in there and do Bristol style parking, you're not going to be able to park to open the doors completely wide open. You're going to be able to open your door up a little bit to get in there and get your tractors out. That's how we're going to have to park you. And it's not a deal breaker. I mean, if you go to Bowling Green and you get there late, you got to do the same thing. You got to park tight. I've been out in the northeast Western Corral, because I thought I had to pull to Illinois State Fair the night before and drive all night to get there. Well, when you make dumb decisions, you get dumb parking spots, and I parked way out there, and a bunch of us did it. But we pulled at the Illinois State Fair in Bowling Green within 12 hours, and so just be patient with us. Yeah, just be patient with us, and we'll have a spot for you, and we'll get you unloaded, and there'll be I'm going to try to recruit an army to help us on Wednesday to get everybody where they need to be, and we've got a lot of communication and a lot of planning on this, and because Charles and I and Richard and Joe just do not want a great tractor pull to have a bad taste in everybody's mouth, spectators and competitors, because of a parking lot. That shouldn't keep the best tractors away, because you were there in 2009. Well, in 2009, we had 2 tracks. We had over 120 vehicles per session going down the track. We don't have that now. We got a lot less vehicles, a lot less, I guess, personalities that kind of conflicted at that time. But we learned a lot. We've learned a lot since 2009. So we just hope this goes over well, and then next year this will be just a walk in the park.
Yeah, and the parking's better now than what it was then too. I mean, Carl's improved that place, so
absolutely.
So they've done a hell of a job with that over there. So it's a lot different, And if you're judging it off 2009, don't, because
a lot of things happened since then.
Oh yeah, we've done how many of these pulls? It's like Shipshewana. That was a hell of a change for us to go from Gordyville to Shipshewana. We had more room. Same deal in the building, but the outside parking was somewhat restricted. You was talking about, I made a map on my mapping stuff and mapped the acres like it was a field at Gordyville, and then mapped what we had to park at Shipshewana, and it was challenging. But you know what? We had a plan that worked pretty good the first year, and it got even better the years after. But at the end of the day, it all depended on who listened and who didn't. So the best built systems that we could ever put in place are only going to be as good as the people that's going to participate in it. As long as everybody follows the instructions, it'll be great. I think it'll be just fine, because we just didn't wing it.
Guys, we're harping a lot on the pullers aspect of this, but I think we need to change. We need to change gears a little bit and talk about the spectator. What their experience is going to be. Those guys at the CRC that did the NTPA polls. I went with Ed's dad over one time. I conned him into hauling some tractors up to Gordyville. So we went over on Friday just to enjoy the NTPA show, and I took Danny over there with me. He'd never been there, and we walked in, and all you could smell was barbecue from some of the food trucks in there, and then the pro stocks warming up. And you can smell diesel and ether. And I told Danny, I was like, "This has to be what the threshold of heaven smells like."
Exactly right.
This is amazing. They had a guy playing a guitar over there singing, and to the beer garden, and they had everything all decked out. And I expect those guys to provide that same form of comfort when you walk in. There's going to be food there. There's going to be good food, a lot of booze. The place is warm. It's not Gordyville. It's warm in there.
Yes.
It's a nice, warm building. They showed me all the things they had improved in that building the last 10 years they've owned it, and it's going to be a good fan aspect. And yeah, I wish there was a huge gravel lot right there, but if you're parked just up the street and we get the buses all coordinated, you just get out of your car, get on that bus, come right in. We're going to try to get the buses run as long as we can, but when we go to the farm show, there's a long walk to your car after that, so you don't have to have a bus. You can walk right over. It's going to be fun once you get in the building, and it's just a different environment. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just different. And I promise you, once you get in the building, you're going to be thoroughly entertained with some really good truck and tractor pulling.
And because of how well these guys do at getting trucks and tractors to the line and getting stuff up, there's outdoor pulls that have now looked at this and said, hey, maybe we should actually use a telehandler to get stuff onto the line, because it's way faster than guys driving up themselves. So kudos to you
absolutely
for that, because there's a lot of guys looking at that saying, hey, this is efficient, keeps the show moving, and we're going to take a page out of their book.
Hey, Joe, what year did we do that at Holzhauer's, Joe?
We did that I think it was the first year we did that at Holzhauer's. I was putting everybody on the sled, and golly, did it go quick. And we did that up at Holzhauer's one year, and that worked out really well. Now, some guys get a little proud and they want to put it in reverse and bumble their way backwards, because it's a talent, I guess, to get straightened out, but a little competitive edge there. But run into that at Altamont one year because we thought we could do that, but no, they said, just looked at me like I was the retard that I am and said, no, I don't think so. So it's like, okay.
Yeah. They do it in Europe. They take every tractor off like that. I think they'd still let them back up, but yeah, that night at Holzhauer's deal, we still were a couple of tractors short because we had storms coming and we knew it.
Yeah.
And but we got a lot of a show in. If we had not done that, we'd have been short on entire class. We wouldn't have got that done. But yeah, that picking them up, and that actually was not. Our friend Danny Coons used to supply us with every tractor, telehandler, whatever we wanted, and he came up with that idea, putting them off the telehandler. And thanks to Danny and all the years he supported us, but and since then it's just a no-brainer. You just got to do it.
Yeah, it's a must-have. Because I think Ellie drove that night, didn't she, Esden?
My mother.
Mom did. You gonna back Mom up the sled? I just remember that. You asked me 3 times, you dumbass. Yep. I am, damn it. Leave me alone.
I think that
you
was
more nervous than your mom was.
You can ask my father. I'm sure he was too. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, because I think
that was Karen Bartling.
Yeah, Dad walked in here. Yeah.
Yep.
Ask him if he was nervous that night.
Yeah. He was all out on needles a little bit. But yeah, sometimes you got to do it. You can make a show go real quick that way. And I mean, it's just something that, and it's nothing against. It's hard for me to go to watch Louisville, and I'm not tooting our horn, but it's hard for me to go watch the slow pace show.
Yeah.
And the amount of vehicles we put down the track, it's not what I do, it's what everybody does. And we've done it long enough. We just try to keep the pace up because at the end of the day, I've always said this for years. I said, we're just a bunch of old tractor pullers putting on a show. So
yep,
that's how we want it to be. And that's how we'd like to see it. And it's kind of what it's taken 20, what is this, our 21st year, Clint, wherever he went.
He disappeared. He must be getting a phone call from somebody.
Disappeared.
Yeah. Well, you guys think of it from a puller's perspective. I mean, you don't just from a promoter's perspective. You think of a puller's perspective and from a fan's perspective. If you're going to sit in the stands and watch something, how do you want to watch it? And that's what makes it go. Yeah.
Send it.
Yep.
You can remember how far everybody pulled but if there's 5 minutes in between tractors, I mean, that's no fun. Nobody wants to go watch that.
I'll give you a forewarning. There's a chance when I'm coming with a toter and a 4-1 in the back. So
it's good.
Yep.
Well, another thing we got to give credit to is the reason we can go that fast is because our track crew is amazing how they work together. Mark, Charlie, Flea, my brother, Jake, they're all out there just getting it. And, those guys are the best in the business. And, if it wasn't for those guys being able to do their job and get out of the way, Brandon backs up real fast because he wants to get everything set for the next tractor, and they work together and not run into each other. It's a work of art what they do, and I can't thank those guys enough.
Absolutely.
We don't thank them enough because they're like a really good referee. You can't you don't recognize a great referee, but you recognize a lot of bad ones. And dear Lord, have I seen some bad ones this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do a hell of a job though. Because that's you go to any county fair out there just about, and a guy's got a 40-20 and an old 8-wheel roller out there in 5th gear. Come on, guys. Let's go. You're pulling a Packer, man. You're not pulling a moldboard plow. Let's go.
Right. And especially when you're down to a single track, everybody's focus is on that one track, what's going on, and having great announcers and great track crew, and then the guys putting them on as fast as they possibly can. Last year Justin had one in the air or him and JR had one in the air all the time, ready to go on the sled. And JR's going to bring his little tool there that helps keep the starting line nice and fair best we can. And that's a new addition we had last year. It worked great. JR and Justin did a lot of thinking and engineering on that thing, and it works great. And thank those guys a ton for all the work they do. They haul all the tractors over and then help get the track set up, work with Donnie, getting the sled where it needs to be and the tube where it needs to be. And so, it's 35, 40 guys make this all happen. It's just not us that talk on these podcasts all the time. There's 40 guys behind us that support all the BS that we're slinging.
Yeah, I notice it. I notice a good track crew when they're there because I'm not getting exhausted in my job. If I'm not having to fill dead time and rack my brain, it just makes my life so much easier for our role and for what we do. And the way this event comes together so quick, by the time we actually see the next tractor and verify that it is the next guy in the lineup, and so we're not going to start talking about the wrong person. They're already like nose down, hooked in, like they're ready to go, and we barely got their name out of our mouths yet. So I appreciate that too. Yeah,
and with Charles Shane and Downs all the time, just there is no dead air, and I was really happy. I was really afraid that we were going to be just too wide for a while, but Carl's going to be able to be there, and I just like the extra spice Carl adds to the environment.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
There's got to be a Downs involved in our pool. It just ain't right.
Absolutely, it's not right. If there's not, some of the things he says, and I don't catch them all, but Ryan's really cool about giving us all links to the live stream so we can watch it afterwards. And some of the things Carl said, we sit in the garage and just laugh because you miss it. When you're at the pool, you miss it because somebody's always complaining or talking to you about one thing and another. And Carl is a great dude. He's a great dude to go and enjoy a pool with, and a great dude to listen to. And he keeps the fans, keeps the fans laughing, and that's a big part of it.
It helps that we're friends and on a same wavelength about some stuff. So I kind of have learned how to tee him up, and then he'll just spike it every time.
Oh yeah. I always like his comment when the class is over. He goes, "We're going to try to do some 7th grade math here and let you know how this all shook out." That's always the best.
You chug the schmat water, and off we go.
Yeah.
That's right. So what's Ryan doing? He's all muted and all keyed up, and he's just there tonight.
I'm driving through the snow.
Ryan's in snow.
Ryan's in snow. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like being awful quiet there. I didn't know if it was
going to enjoy that.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going to be something similar to what we did to Jim that one year, and just have your picture hang up there in a sand pile. And we were just wondering.
No, Ryan's not incarcerated.
We'll make Adam Wilson put a camera right next to it so that gets good footage of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we sure missed Jim that year an awful lot, but boy, we sure had some good laughs at his expense. That damn picture.
Oh yeah, still are.
Oh, good.
And our cell block is still there. There's, I don't know how many years they've been in the number 1 box seat, but they're still coming, and those guys are a hoot.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of box seats, are you guys full up on box seats, Clint? You still have any open?
We have about 4 left on the starting line on the side. We have 4. A lot of people know about them, and they're at the starting line. They want to be at the starting line. Everybody wants to buy the one at the end. I'm like, well, they're like Packer tickets. You have to inherit those. They're not for sale.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. You got 4 left. Cost for box tickets again?
Those are $1,600. You get 8 passes for the entire weekend. So if you do the math, it's actually cheaper to buy the box seat. Then you get a pit pass with that, so you can wander around all weekend and you go in the pits. You sit in your box, someplace to throw all your stuff, good place to meet. We still got 4 of them left.
David, in the comments, asking about pit passes. That's the way to go right there.
Yeah, that's the only way to go. Get 7 of your friends there, and you got a place to put all your shit and leave it. That's pretty nice.
Yep. Even for a puller standpoint, I mean, it's just somewhere good to sit down too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Moving around so much and it's just good. We sit on the starting line. I mean, we usually like it because about the first 50, 100 foot, if they're getting there or not. I mean, it's kind of usually you can eyeball it and tell.
Yep. Look up the monitor, look at the screen, see who gets
there. We got screens down at the end. You can look down and see where they're at, and the distances come up. JJ's down there and he's on it. The distances come up almost before they're stopped. And
yeah, Esden's been down there by me at the starting line. I've tried to get him on the flags a couple times, but he says that's above his pay grade. So we're gonna make that happen one of these days. Yeah.
Esden's afraid he'll trip over his big feet running backwards.
Well, for the starting line, I'll just stand there on the sideline.
Oh, okay.
Even out there. Let's go for it.
That starting line, that can be a place of hatred too. Just that's Richard. He's made some not friends at the starting line.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest. After Esden, somebody blew past him in his class. He lost his hair, so he doesn't want to lose his beard next.
Yeah.
We're making fun of you.
You missed it. He showed his hair, and I mean Rogain's going to be in the stocking stuffers for Christmas.
Well, I want to tell you what, that man standing right back there behind his dad when we was in college, he lost his hat one day, and I looked at him and I said, "God damn, you ain't got no hair on top of your head." Holy
All right,
shit, he was in college.
Ball man jokes.
I was like, "Damn." Hey,
once again,
I always tell you what my grandpa always said, Danny. It was what did my grandpa always say? He said, when God was handing out body parts, he decided to give men one of two things. He said he decided to either give them hair or brains. And then we all said, "What the hell happened to you?"
Damn right.
Back again to the what's smoking stocking caps. We should get that going.
Yeah, right.
Everybody needs a stocking cap.
Esden would appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least we're not vertically challenged like Joe Hurt.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they stack shit that high in Washington County, Jason.
Oh
man!
I'm waiting for my mother because she's the only person that has not came in here yet.
She's the patriarch, man. She's
to defend you mean, or
no? Not to defend me. She'll come in here and bash too. I'm sure.
No, she'll run his ass on the ground too. Indeed.
Monica and Chad aren't here tonight because Chad had a fire meeting, and Monica's she's at home. But that's a blessing in disguise. I don't need both of them walking in here because it will be on kill for me.
We're all hard on one another anyway.
Yeah,
there's Karen.
Hi, Karen.
You shall receive.
The non-village idiot sister.
Yep, I'm the good Karen.
Well, she's the good sister.
I'm the good Karen.
That's right.
Not the HOA Karen that everybody bitches about, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. I'm the good Karen.
Or the crazy one, whichever one you want to decide.
Fun size.
That's right.
Esden's about to find out if that hand can break the sound barrier on the back of his head.
Yeah. Keep pushing it there.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
But this is what this poll's all about is, because if we hadn't started this, back in 2005, people like Esden and, pulling an 85 Limited Pro, we'd have never known one another. And now, 85 Limited Pro tractors from Virginia to the middle of Iowa, and they all get to compete against one another, one time a year. And we seem to be having a good time doing it. And that's what the cool thing is about this. We're going to have super farms in California there. We got, tractors from Virginia, Pennsylvania, all, coming together in a pretty big livestock barn in the middle of East Central or West Central Indiana. And I'm just proud as heck that we can still do this, and hopefully we can keep doing it in the future for everybody. But that's what it's all about is giving guys a chance, compete against one another. And I know we obsess and compulsive disorder of the rules and how we park and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's what happens out on the track is what I'm the most proud of, because we put on some damn good shows the last few years. Gordyville's always been good. The track was always brutal. Shipshawana was a fantastic track, and I think the boys will do the best they can over here and make this a good track too. We watched some of the NTPA polls and watched the light pros get the front ends in the air and carry them the whole way, and I'd expect the same thing at this event here in next month. And,
I will interject it, guys and gals, because we know Eston's lost to his sister at least once before.
Not at an indoor pool. Not at an indoor pool.
Yeah, then you had to go screw her leg up, so now she can't even compete. That's cheating.
I think he tripped her.
Yeah, he probably did.
I didn't even go to the volleyball game she was at. I was at school.
That's why you should have been supporting your sister.
I was in Murray, Kentucky.
I don't want to hear it.
Hey, attaboy. Attaboy. Shoes up, baby.
Yeah, Ellie's volleyball game was like it was because she was supposed to drive at Holzhauer's that last time, and she got hurt, and so Dad's like, "Well, do you want to drive the Possum?" It's like, I have drove it 2 times this year, and it was the big money on the weekend, I think. And I was like, well, obviously you should get back on your tractor. You know it better than anybody. Nope, we stuck me on it, and Kenny and I were within an inch every night. Both nights we beat each other by an inch. Yeah, Ellie was not happy about that. She's still not happy she can't compete at Culverdale.
Yeah, better to skip a year and have a healed foot than not.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what they said. Just fix it now and make sure it's right. Then you'll be good. If you don't do it, then you'll screw it up the rest of your life.
Yep.
Well,
Charles, you got anything else?
My time commitment? No, there's nothing else. If something comes up, we'll try to sneak in maybe one more show before the event. But if not, 3 weeks from now, we're gonna be having a good time.
Yeah, need to do it one more time, just right before, keep it fresh in everybody's mind.
Yeah. Maybe that Monday.
There's nothing else. If something comes up, we'll try to sneak in maybe one more show.
The door's open at Eston's. That's what's going back. You got 20 days.
The reverb.
20 days, 13 hours, and 38 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah. Me and Joe even had a show one time the night before up at Shipshawana. That didn't work out so good. Probably shouldn't do that again.
I may or may not remember that.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have a podcast in the war room.
No,
not a great idea.
That wasn't a great idea.
That we've done.
Hey, Clint, I think we've been kicking around the idea of doing one there Wednesday night.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, Zach Howell gave me that idea on Tuesday, so as long as it's all right with you, we might try to do something.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a bad idea.
I mean, fair point, but
well, we even do it. Well, I don't know if you can do it during. We maybe do it before, or maybe after the test passes.
I mean, we can try the double mic idea, see how that works.
You could bounce it back and forth.
The test passes will be live streamed, and that's free.
Yeah.
So let everybody know that this is how it's going to look. And that's kept reiterating over and over and over again. I just want spectators to know that, this is going to be an easy event to come watch. And we've done everything we can do to make it easy on you, because, without the fans, this doesn't work. And so we just want to pack the place. Got just as much seating as we did at Shipshawana, a little bit more seating than we had at Gordyville. So, come on in and enjoy yourself. I mean, a lot of people have been reaching out to me about hotels. Of course, all the hotels in town are full. Been sending people towards the Terre Haute area. There's a brand new casino on the last exit, and Faith and I timed it yesterday. It's 30 minutes door to door. from the casino to the arena. It's 30 minutes. And when I drove the speed limit, I didn't cheat. I drove the speed limit. It's 30 minutes. Exit to exit. And a nice new casino there. There's a Holiday Inn Express there. And I think there's like another home place, something like that, hotel there. Nice places, nice hotels there. Terre Haute's full of good eating joints. If you want to get away from it, there's a mall there for the wives to go to. In Terre Haute, all kinds of shopping places to do. There's, you're not on an island, like we was at Ship, where there's other than just the Amish community to enjoy that. There's other things you could be doing in Terre Haute, and like I said, it's 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
They're not going to roll the sidewalks on us at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right.
Get your lantern out.
There's, Cloverdale's got some bars. We're going to work with Bryce Howell on that and get some context to bars. If you want to go to the bar after the poll's over, if class is done, you want to go to the bar and enjoy some late night food and some pizza. I think that's available close. It's a nice. Cloverdale's a nice town. You don't see much of it when you're right there at the exit in the polling facility, but there's some nice things in Cloverdale to do. Indianapolis is only 35 minutes away too. And basically the Plainfield got a lot of hotels, a lot of eating joints. You're basically at the end of the runway at the airport. Some guys have called me about flying in. If you land at Indianapolis Airport, you're 45 minutes from being in that arena. So it's not in the middle of nowhere. It's along I-70 between Terre Haute and Indianapolis. That's where you're at.
Plainfield's a perfect place to stop. Every year that I was involved with TPC, I would stop there on the way out that first night, and then go the rest of the way in the morning. There's plenty of options. It's a good place to stay.
Yeah, that's where I stayed for PRI show last week.
Yep.
And the people at the truck stop, I think we talked to them, didn't you, Clint? There at the truck stop.
I need to remind them again because I'm sure they get all kinds of hammerheads tell them one thing and another. But I'll work with Steve and Carl at the building. We're welcome there to park our haulers. We're welcome and to pay them back. And you can buy fuel there. Probably buy your snacks there, sodas. They got beer there. For after hours. One thing I haven't mentioned yet. Carl and those guys have got all the beer there. We got beer gardens in the middle of the non-smoke tube side, right at the end of the smoke tube side. We won't allow carrying beer in the back. We just can't do that because of their dram shop license. So pullers need to be respectful to Carl and those guys for that. Because we don't have to do like we did at Shipshawana. You're not a half a mile from the beer gardens. So put it in a cup, buy their cups, enjoy the pull. You're not back, a quarter mile away anymore. Watch the pull. Get in your, if you got a box seat, get in your box seat, get in the stands, buy beer off those guys. If the more beer that you buy off those guys, maybe things will get better for us in the future. So everything that we can do and work together and just go by the rules, will benefit all of us.
And one thing too to add to that, like on housekeeping part, is do not drain your intercooler water in there. It's kind of like it was at Gordyville and everywhere else. Don't drain it inside the building. That'd be a bad day.
They got rubber mats down everywhere, so it's not going to go on the gravel or the dirt like it did at Gordyville. This is a nice building. Treat it as such, and
respect it.
Yeah, respect it.
For everybody with intercoolers, we can have anybody with ice on site?
Probably not. I mean, we've done that in the past, and that just gets, you never can tell how much they staff. There's lots of gas stations in that town. Lots.
There's plenty of ice boxes around that place, so that's going to be an issue.
Bring your ice with you. I mean, if you haven't ordered, if you're in one of the classes that has to run our water, basically Hot Farm 85, Super Farms, Pro Farms that have to buy our water. If you haven't got a 5-gallon jug bought, I just put an order in to Bryce Van Genderen. He makes all the water for us. make sure you do that immediately, because I padded it a little bit, but we don't like to make a lot of extra, because that's a lot of extra work for Bryce. So try to get those all in. We got a nice couple of pallets coming, for you guys. It'll be available when you get there. So, and yeah, we do check water and we do check fuel off of every tractor, every pass. I have a great group of guys, all SFI Tech officials, there to greet you as soon as you come off the track.
Yep. Seen it done.
We're gonna know pretty quick.
Yeah.
Have your water and fuel tanks easily accessible, not buried in the tin work of a 1066 either.
Right. Well, these guys are, they're very experienced in what they're doing. Just make that process very simple. Last year I had to disqualify a guy and it crippled me, and I hated it. And I think about it all the time to just make sure your fuel's below 150, and if you don't have to run our green water, make sure your water's below 2% on the alcohol content, because we're going to check you every pass.
Oh no, I just thought I'd take dinner out.
Fair enough.
But I didn't have time to grocery shop.
That's all I got. Yep.
Sweet.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate everybody.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah,
Sure.
Charles, thanks so much for all the help. And if anybody needs me, everybody's got my phone number, and email me or email Ryan. We're here to help you, and we'll make it work.
What you got, birthday boy?
I want to know, can it be possible? You remember how NFL did mic'd up? Give Dan Bartling and I a mic. And you want to be entertained of what goes on through a tractor puller's thoughts going down the track. You will know.
We've violated every FCC violation that's there ever was.
Well, we're live stream. We're not broadcast, so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. So.
It is possible, but I don't know if we want to listen to you and a mic underneath the helmet.
I mean, most of the time, like last year when I rolled into the pile, I'm pretty confident Charles heard me no matter what. So.
I did hear you.
Let's just say you're gonna hit the top of the limiter anyhow. So.
He got to that sand pile and he said 2 words. The second one was "yeah." You can figure out what it was.
Happy birthday, Ezen.
Yeah. Dad just walked in and said, "I don't think that's gonna work."
Oh man. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
Yep.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Everyone.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shane?
I just want to say a big thank you to everybody too that's made the Cloverdale hype videos, as I've been calling them, a huge success. Never imagined that they would do what they're doing, but I mean, we're seeing some of these get 25, 30,000 views for some of these guys that are coming to Cloverdale. So just want to say a big thank you to you guys and for making that happen. And I'm going to go ahead and announce this now. There's going to be a little mini series coming out for guys that are going from Cloverdale to the farm show in February too. Once that list is released, I've already got one driver picked out to do it. I'm going to try to do it with another one that's going to the National Farm Machinery Show and competing at both places.
Cool.
And thanks, Shane, for doing all that. I don't see much of that because I'm so busy doing all this paperwork. But thank you guys for doing all that. It means a lot. All the stuff we do behind the scenes, it really matters to all of us, and we really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, no problem. Happy to do it, and just thank you guys for the opportunity to be a part of it.
Yeah, you're an asset. We really thank you for everything you've done, and thank you for sponsoring the class. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And thanks for Charles for putting the carrot on top of it. And we're going to have a really good light limited class, and I'm really proud of it. I just, it's going to be the best of the best there.
Yeah. Awesome.
All righty.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas to you.
Yep. Merry Christmas, you guys.
Bye.